There's a version of Qatar's tech ecosystem you do not see on LinkedIn. You find it at 12:47 a.m. in quiet offices in search of early adopters. This is not about hype, this is about the work.
Qatar is a very good market, but startups in here should grow.
The choices, the friction.
Really, the standards are very high.
The progress.
Even though we're saying that we're targeting the farmers and the food suppliers, but because they are from different regions, it feels like we're also targeting the other markets.
Then we look at what is holding us back and the growth that we need.
There's no wallet system per se that allows employers to be able to pay employees.
Cost is also another one. I feel like it could be a lot cheaper to register a company and go from there.
Maybe a more collaborative effort between founders, regulators, the investors, I guess.
And then we look 5 years ahead.
In the next 5 years, and you're going to have more businesses in Qatar, not just targeting the region, but solving global problems.
Simple questions, honest answers, founders on the record.
I see better things happen. Good startups will appear.
We may build the next ChatGPT.
I'm Michael Ifeanyi, and this is Builders on the Ground with Builders Tribe. Let's listen. Before we kick off, we'd like you to tell us what's your name, tell us who you are, what company you work for, and what you guys do.
My name is Thannia, and I am the Chief Marketing Officer of Agricope. Agricope is trying to build a B2B food commerce that controls the end-to-end process.
I'm Sina, founder of Sinaholz. We help the brands to market and sell smarter with virtual reality and AI.
So my name is Khalid Qotba. I'm the co-founder, Chief Operations Officer at Naseh. I manage the operations, starting from product, going to PR and sales.
My name is Joha Ordu, and I function as the co-founder and Chief Operating Officer for RBetach by RBetach. We are HR consultants who saw the need for something more simplified, to help businesses, particularly growing businesses.
I am Chuka Okoye. I'm the founder and CEO of Qotba. So imagine a platform that runs your entire customer relations from discovery to onboarding, all the way to retention, support, and afterwards. That is what Qotba represents.
What do you love most about building in Qatar?
There's a lot of things that I like about building Qatar. The first thing, there's not a lot of competition. It's very easy to establish a company here. When Web Summit came, you could start a company here in Qatar through QFC in 24 hours. That's more than wonderful. We have a very strong economy. We have a very good geographic location with connecting the east with the west.
I feel it's super convenient. You can relax. You don't have to stress about the traffic in other part of the world. Every school, every market, I can reach within the 20-kilometer radius where I'm stationed.
The peacefulness, security, like everything is just perfectly aligned to make you focus on building.
So I'd say the biggest one would be the multi-diversity around, just a bunch of different ideas and people working together. And the other thing is that it's a small country, so every founder in somewhat sense knows one another, and it's just really nice to get together and talk to each other.
Honestly, like for example, me, I'm a Filipino, and you're where you're from?
Nigeria.
Yeah, exactly, right? Like all of us are in different countries. Even though we're saying that we're targeting the farmers and the food suppliers, but because they are from different regions, it feels like we're also targeting the other markets. So that's what really excites me in building the ecosystem in Qatar.
So let's talk about policies, let's talk about market changes, let's talk about some of the things that you see in the country that you think that if this is fixed, it will sort of like impact how you guys do business, it will help your business grow.
There are three things that comes into mind. Number one is the pilot opportunities. If we have the chance to try the Agricope's model in government institutions, let's say hospitals, maybe the catering companies that the government is with, it will build credibility for Agricope. And especially when it comes to our business model, trust is everything. And if we're able to get that trust from the people, ultimately the private sector is also going to join us. Second, I think early funding opportunity. And then third, talent. We want someone who's actually good good in the specific field that we have. But we cannot pay them a corporate salary like startups. It's impossible.
If there was some kind of a program that rewards graduates or local talent to work with startups and helps the startup compensate those talents appropriately, that would be great. We're a startup, we have limited resources. It's very hard to give them packages that compare to multinationals or global companies.
At a certain stage, to start growing, to start building a very big team, you need funding. In terms of funding, like in the meantime, it's opening, but they're too conservative which company they would invest in. They want to concentrate on deep tech, they want to concentrate on AI. You know, it's the emerging market that we are seeing currently.
Business registration is in some sense still a hindrance. There's a bit of confusion around a lot of these processes. Cost is also another one. I feel like it could be a lot cheaper to register a company and go from there. And then the bank account. That's something that could be looked into as well. Maybe there could be some thresholds. So for example, if you're an early stage startup till X thousand reals, you don't really have to give a deposit, and then after that maybe you should. And I have heard that reforms are also happening around this space, but I feel like those two things, which is kind of like the bureaucratic hurdles,
make it more flexible for startups. I mean, there is flexibility in the banking system that is needed, and there's also flexibility even in real estate. A startup that has barely come here to set up, you want them to already have post-dated checks. Meanwhile, to open a bank account is hectic. Come down a bit on the rigidity of, if you don't have this, you can't do this. Consider that people are coming here to build.
When it comes to investments and access to funds, I think there is a space for improvement.
By the time some of these policies you've seen, startup mindset, VC mindset is being implemented, where do you see Qatar, the tech ecosystem in Qatar generally, where do you see that going to be in the next 5 years?
To be honest, in the next 5 years, from what I see, at least 20 startups should start growing across the MENA region. We may build the next ChatGPT. We may build the next Microsoft. We may build the next Grab.
There are success stories now in Qatar that people can look up to and be like, right, maybe we could emulate them in some sense. I see better things happen.
I would see Qatar as more of a connected.
We're going to see a lot of companies being built in Qatar, homegrown companies that make a lot of noise globally.
I see it becoming the startup hub for the GCC.
And you're going to have more businesses in Qatar, not just targeting the region, but solving global problems.